What's up, big dogs? Welcome back to Multiple Sclerooking. We are making chicken Parmesan casserole today. It's a lazy man's interpretation of a classic dish, but it's going to be in casserole form. What makes it lazy is I'm using chicken tenders instead of using chicken cutlets. I didn't feel like breading chicken cutlets and doing the whole process. So you can see chicken tenders already diced up over there. They're cooked and everything. I used that brand, already breaded, already cooked and everything. I thawed them out and diced them up. It makes it way easier. Making a marinara sauce, half an onion, a couple cloves of garlic, minced, diced up. You're gonna take the onion, get the pan hot, a little bit of oil, and you're gonna just saute the onion and the garlic. You don't want to get any color necessarily on the onion or the garlic. You don't want to brown it. You just want to cook it, saute it down a little bit, soften it up. You don't really want to. You want to do a little bit more than sweat, but a little less than a saute. You can see it get a little bit browner there. You don't want to really caramelize it, but you don't want to brown it. You know, same with the garlic. You don't want your pan too hot. You don't want to have burnt garlic. Garlic will burn immediately, and burnt garlic will be very bitter and throw off the whole dish, and you just don't want that. Burnt garlic, terrible, very bitter. 1 can of San Marzano tomatoes, whole can, a little bit of water in there as well. Rinse the can out, and then some Italian seasoning and sea salt. It doesn't have to be sea salt, that's just what I had. A couple grinds. Mix that in and then let that stew down a little bit. A couple leaves of basil. Let that all stew together. It's just a simple, basic marinara sauce. Nothing fancy. Let that stew together for a little while. Then you're eventually gonna blend it up to where it's nice and smooth. You know, you're just making a sauce. You know, with your stick blender. You can use a normal blender too. It doesn't have to be a stick blender. Just again, what I had. I don't have a normal blender, but I do have a stick blender. So use that. Made it nice and smooth. Pretty good. The water will take probably forever to boil. Yeah, and here's a quick cutting up the chicken tenders. Once they thaw out, they'll cut up really easy. Again, they're already cooked, so makes it, again, this is a lazy man's dish. It's very simple. Water finally boiling. That's great. You want to salt your water too. Salt your pasta water. That's the only time you're ever going to really be able to season your pasta is with the water, so season the water. As far as cheese goes, I used a block of Monterrey Jack cheese, which I find to melt a little bit better. So a block of Monterey Jack, and then obviously low moisture mozzarella as well. This is what I could find at Publix. Both cheeses I got at the Publix. And yeah, I ground both of those up. It was about 1.5 pounds total. Yeah, mixed, shredded all of those out with this box grater that is just really too small. I wish I would have had a bigger one, but this is the one that I had access to. I will have to get a bigger one because it's just a little bit too small. That's okay. It's no big deal. You use what you got. I think I, just have to I'll just replace that one. No big deal. Yeah, you're cooking the pasta al dente. You don't want to overcook it. You don't want mush. No mushy pasta. You don't want that. And then the big thing with cooking pasta, boiling pasta, is you just want to make sure you drain it. You don't want no watery casserole, and you get watery casserole if you don't drain your pasta thoroughly. So nobody wants that at all. I don't want that. You don't want that. Your mom doesn't want that. Your nonna definitely doesn't want that. So make sure you drain your pasta very thoroughly. Very important. I can't stress that enough. For your casserole pans, just like a normal you would do for a lasagna, a little bit of sauce on the bottom. Not really acting as a lubricant, but just a little bit of sauce on the bottom. just to just have a little bit of a base layer, so the pasta is not really sticking. Not that it would stick, but it's not just, it has a little bit of a barrier between the bottom of the pan and the noodle, so there's no like crusty bits or anything potentially developing. Nothing good comes from that, you know what I mean? So anyway, barrier of sauce, a little bit of noodles. If you're making 2 pans like this, I just kind of eyeballed it. Doesn't have to be exact, but I was trying to make 2 different 2 pans, same recipe, 2 pans, so just trying to eyeball it to where it's both even. So layer of pasta, and take what I have for chicken. I think that bag, I used probably 7 or 8 chicken tenders total, so I try to evenly distribute it between the 2, measuring with your heart, of course. So splitting it as even as I possibly could with my eyes. Same with the cheese. Whatever you had grated up, just try to divvy it up between the 2 as close as you possibly can with your eyes. Just eyeball it, and then you're going to want to save a little bit for later too, because you're going to need some for the top, topping it later when you go to stick it into the oven. But yeah, just kind of spread it out evenly between the 2, and then you're going to get yourself a spoon after you ladle the sauce on top. Pour the sauce on the top. Again, evenly distribute it as best you can between the 2. No problem. Nothing fancy. Doesn't have to be an exact science here. And then get a spoon, kind of stir it all around. Make it look not really fancy. So again, just going into the oven. You're going to top it and cover it up with cheese, so it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be effective. All right. So we're not trying to reinvent the wheel here. You know what I mean? So yeah, get her all nice and stirred up. This is where I tasted it, so this is a good opportunity to taste it right there too. And then here's where you would save that cheese that you saved. Is where you're going to want to top it here. Again, even distribution is going to be key here, because you don't want any pockets of cheese that are going to get kind of clumpy and burny. Nothing good's going to come from that. It'll be too gooey. Jump scare to a different kitchen over at Granny's house. Chiffonade some basil. It's going to make it look pretty. Hard to chiffonade with, and hard to use a knife with this dexterity issues, so I sped it up so it makes it look like it's fast, but it took, this whole chiffonade process took about 8 minutes. Not really 8, but it took a while because I'm very slow at doing things now, but it's fine. There's casserole number 1 coming out of the oven. The other one I left at my dad's, so he could have one too. I topped it with a little bit of breadcrumbs. Don't ask me what all 4 of the C's stand for. I don't know, but the 4 C's, they make good breadcrumbs. So a little bit of breadcrumbs on the top, a little bit of texture. There's where the basil comes in on top. It just, again, the chiffonade just makes it looks pretty, Then some of the more cheese that I had in reserved on top, back into the oven. Get a little nice, bubbly and melty. For the cook time, the chicken's already cooked, so you're not really cooking anything. The whole thing's already cooked, so this is more of, I guess, a reheat in all total, just so everything kind of sticks together. Oven's at, 375, 25-30 minutes total. Get a scoop out onto a plate, a nice little basil leaf, make it look pretty. There's some jerk tasting it, and I mean, overall this was pretty good for a really simple, easy dish thrown together. The whole thing was good. Thumbs up. I cleaned the plate. The recipe in the description if you want to make this. Thank you.